Women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there's misinformation about this White House.
Karoline Leavitt shuts down Whoopi Goldberg on The View. ABC in total chaos after on-air explosion. Welcome back to Pop Flash, your ultimate source for the most jaw-dropping scandals and explosive Hollywood drama. And trust me, what just happened on The View? It's sending shockwaves through the industry. If you thought this show had hit peak drama before, think again, because this latest clash was unlike anything we've seen. According to whispers circulating in Hollywood, Karoline Leavitt didn't just hold her own against Whoopi Goldberg. She demolished her, live, in front of millions. And the fallout? Absolutely earth-shattering. The audience inside the studio? Stunned into silence. The atmosphere? So thick with tension you could feel it through the screen. And viewers at home? Left gasping as this heated meltdown played out in real time. Whoopi, known for her quick comebacks and dominant personality, was completely caught off guard. And it showed. No one expected things to spiral this far. Not even Whoopi herself. So what really went down? Insiders reveal that Karoline Leavitt walked onto that stage fully prepared for a respectful conversation, maybe even a healthy debate. But from the second she sat down, it was crystal clear that Whoopi had something else in mind. There was no small talk, no polite exchanges, no subtle buildup. Instead, Whoopi went straight for the attack, cutting, dismissive, and ready to put Karoline in her place. And let's just say, she was not expecting what happened next. Accusations started flying immediately, and it was obvious. This was not going to be a calm discussion. Whoopi's words dripped with sarcasm, her every remark laced with a clear intent to belittle Karoline and make her look small. You could see it in her expression. She was ready to tear into her opponent without holding back. But Karoline? She didn't so much as flinch. Instead of shrinking under the pressure, she stood her ground with a confidence that caught everyone off guard. The energy in the room was electric. The audience? Sitting at the edge of their seats, watching in disbelief as the tension thickened with every exchange. And the longer the debate went on, the worse it got for Whoopi. She's used to calling the shots, keeping control, but this time, she was losing it. The more she attacked, the harder Karoline hit back, with explosive truth bombs and brutal comebacks that left the entire studio shaken. It became painfully clear. Karoline Leavitt wasn't just there to argue. She was there to expose Whoopi for the world to see. And let's just say, the audience? Stunned. But then, everything took a shocking turn. Just when everyone thought they knew how this showdown would end, boom! Karoline flipped the script entirely. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, she came ready, armed with facts, fearless confidence, and an unshakable presence that left the entire room in total silence. Whoopi tried to shake her, interrupting, rolling her eyes, brushing her off like it wasn't getting to her. But let's be real. She was rattled. Karoline didn't just hold her own. She fired back with cold, undeniable truth that left Whoopi Goldberg scrambling. And that is when things got real. Karoline didn't just engage in the debate, she shattered Whoopi's contradictions right in front of millions. The tension? Unbearable. You could feel it hanging in the air. But Karoline, oh, she wasn't finished. She exposed The View's so-called woke hypocrisy, throwing Whoopi's double standards right back in her face for the whole world to see. Can you even imagine Whoopi's reaction in that moment? Completely blindsided, caught in broad daylight with nowhere to run. Sources say Whoopi, clearly rattled, tried to play it off, laughing nervously, waving her hand like none of it got to her. But let's be honest, the energy in that studio was unbearably tense. The fiery back and forth had suddenly turned into something much worse, a full-blown meltdown. And then, boom! Karoline dropped her final truth bomb, and the entire room, dead silent. Not a single sound. You could hear a pin drop. Whoopi, frozen, scrambling to keep her usual composure, but the damage already done. Even Joy Behar, who never backs down from a debate, just sat there, speechless. Her mouth shut. The audience, whispering, gasping, staring in disbelief. Nobody could believe what they had just witnessed, and behind the scenes, total panic. ABC producers were freaking out, scrambling to do damage control for the chaos they never saw coming. And trust me, the drama did not end when the cameras... Oh no, because the real insanity. It happened after the show. What went down backstage? You won't believe it. Stay tuned, because the story is far from over. But then, everything took a whole new turn, and trust me, it's a disaster for Whoopi. Just when you thought this showdown couldn't spiral any further, boom, it did. And let me tell you, this is not a good look for Whoopi Goldberg. According to inside sources, Whoopi completely lost control. And when I say off the rails, I mean it. She flew into a wild, frantic rant, jumping from politics, oppression, and everything in between. It was like she wasn't even trying to hold back anymore. She just let loose on live TV. And the part? The more Karoline Leavitt stayed calm and collected, the more unhinged Whoopi became. You could see it in her eyes. She was spiraling, and then came the moment that made everyone's jaw drop. Things weren't just heated anymore, they turned ugly. Unable to keep up with Karoline's razor-sharp comebacks, Whoop flat out dismissed her. She started talking over her, waving her hand, acting like Karoline's words meant absolutely nothing. The energy in that studio? Tense beyond belief. Whoopi was putting on this whole act, pretending to be above it all, like Karoline was just some minor inconvenience in her way. But Karoline? She wasn't having it. She stood her ground, refusing to be pushed aside, even as Whoopi's behavior got more and more desperate. And then, the real chaos began, behind the scenes. While Whoopi's meltdown played out in front of millions, ABC producers were panicking behind the cameras. Sources say they were whispering, scrambling, trying to figure out how to control the complete disaster unfolding on their show. This wasn't just a tense debate anymore. This was turning into an on-air catastrophe of epic proportions. ABC, they knew exactly where this was heading. Because here's the kicker. This isn't the first time Whoopi's lost it on live TV. Oh no, this has happened before. And let's just say the execs were probably thinking, not again! But trust me, no one could have predicted just how bad this meltdown was about to get. And then it gets even messier. Buckle up, because this chaos is far from over. And trust me, Whoopi Goldberg is not coming out of this looking good. According to insiders, Whoopi didn't just lose her temper, she completely snapped. She flew into a wild, off-the-rails rant, spiraling from one topic to the next, like she was desperately trying to take control of the conversation. We're talking politics, oppression, everything. It was like she wasn't even debating anymore, just ranting for the sake of ranting. And the more Karoline Leavitt held her ground with cold, hard facts, the more unhinged Whoopi became. You could see it happening in real time. Whoopi was cracking under the pressure, doing anything she could to dominate the conversation while completely shutting Karoline out. And then, things got downright ugly. At one point, Whoopi went full throttle into dismissing Karoline, acting like she wasn't even worth acknowledging. She spoke over her, waved her hand, and basically tried to erase her presence in the conversation. Can you imagine? Whoopi acted like Karoline's words meant nothing, like she didn't even deserve to be heard. But Karoline? Oh, she wasn't having any of it. She clapped back harder than ever, shutting down Whoopi's disrespect with facts that left the entire studio in shock. But here's where it gets even crazier. ABC was in full-on panic mode. While this train wreck was playing live, sources say ABC execs were scrambling behind the scenes, whispering frantically, trying to figure out how to end this disaster. This wasn't just a heated debate anymore. This was turning into an on-air catastrophe, and they had no idea how to stop it. Can you even imagine the absolute chaos happening behind those? And the wildest part? ABC has been here before. Isn't the first time Whoopi's lost control on air. Oh no, the network has dealt with her outbursts before, but this was a whole new level of mayhem. It's like deja vu, except way worse. And speaking of Whoopi's history, let's talk about just how many times she's been in hot water. Oh, and let's not forget, this isn't the first time Whoopi Goldberg has found herself knee-deep in controversy. In fact, her track record of on-air meltdowns, explosive rants, and tone-deaf comments has forced ABC into damage control mode more times than they can count. Time and time again, the network has been forced to clean up her messes, scrambling behind the scenes to contain the backlash before it spirals out of control. And let's be real, the fallout from her past scandals? Brutal. Each time crosses the line, viewers, furious sponsors, and PR nightmares coming at ABC's. But this time might just be the breaking point. Insiders are whispering that some top-level executives are done with the chaos. The situation has reached a boiling point, and for the first time, there's serious talk behind closed doors that this could be the final straw. Could it be that Whoopi has finally pushed too far? Is this the moment when her reckless behavior finally catches up with her? Only time will tell. But trust me, things are about to get even worse. Because now, the fallout is already beginning. Breaking reports are flooding in, and what they reveal, shocking. Major advertisers are pulling out left and right. Big-name sponsors, they're panicking. Sources say brands are getting cold feet, worried that The View has turned into nothing more than a chaotic circus of controversy and drama. And some, they're questioning if The View is on the verge of total collapse. Is this it? The beginning of the end? Could Whoopi's unchecked drama be the thing that finally brings down the talk show that once ruled daytime TV? But wait, it's not just ABC feeling the heat. Social media? Absolutely fire. The internet is erupting with reactions, and fans are divided like never before. Some are cheering on Karoline Leavitt, calling her fearless for standing up to Whoopi and exposing her hypocrisy on live TV. Others? Furious. Whoopi's loyal supporters are coming for Karoline, claiming she was out of line and took things too far. But the real question on everyone's mind? Will ABC finally put an end to Whoopi's reign of chaos? Or will they once again sweep it under the rug and pretend like nothing happened? How many times can they turn a blind eye to the controversy, the backlash, the non-stop? Is this the end of Whoopi Goldberg's time on The View? Is the iconic talk show about to come crashing down? One thing's for sure, this could be the scandal that changes everything. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because we need to hear from you. And don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're bringing you all the latest updates. Trust me when I say, this story is far from over. That's a WRAP for NOW. But trust me, this is just the beginning of the chaos. Buckle up, because if you thought things were wild so far, oh honey, you haven't seen anything yet. You thought the drama was over? Think again. Whoopi Goldberg's fate at The View, dangling by a thread? And behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders are already whispering about what's coming next. And trust me, it's not looking good for Whoopi. The pressure is mounting, the backlash exploding. And at this point, the only question left is, how much longer can Whoopi get away with this before it comes crashing down? And you already know Pop Flash is going to be right here, bringing you every single scandalous update. From explosive celebrity feuds to jaw-dropping industry betrayals, we've got the inside track on everything Hollywood doesn't want you to know. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and stay locked in, because when the next bombshell drops, you'll want to be the first to know. And trust me, this storm, it's far from over. So stay ready for more chaos, more drama, and more jaw-dropping Hollywood secrets. All right here at Pop Flash.